The UK Home Secretary Suella Braverman has ordered the extradition of Sanjay Bhandari. Earlier, Sanjay Bhandari had lost his case in the Westminster court challenging the extradition request of the ED and the Income Tax Department. Now, Sanjay Bhandari has the option only to appeal before the High Court by the 26th of January. Usually, the application in the High Courts are not accepted unless they find faults in the judgment of the trial court. We will be connecting right now with CNN News 18's Ashish Maharishi, who tracks these cases from the ED. Ashish, tell us more about the case against Bhandari, please.
So, there are a number of cases in India against Sanjay Bhandari. We all know that he is being probed because he has been very close aide of Robert Vadra. More importantly, there are allegations of kickbacks in various arms deals, and that is why he is being proved. But in the extradition case, there are two things which have been brought to the knowledge of the United Kingdom. Is about an income tax case where there is a black money case against him, and then there is a money laundering probe as well against him, and where he has basically created assets out of India where the assets were not declared before the income tax, as well as money laundering is involved into those cases. Now, if you remember, in July 2020, to be precise, 15th of July, he was arrested by the authorities in United Kingdom, and he was on a conditional bail. Now, he had challenged the extradition request of Indian authorities before the Westminster Court. And if you remember, the Judge Michael Snow decided that, yes, there is no fault in the extradition request and he should be sent to India. So the procedure says that after the court orders, then the Home Secretary of United Kingdom has to sign on those papers, and then only that person can be sent. So what we are learning is that the signature happened at around 12th or the 13th of this month, where the secretary, the Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, has signed on those papers, and ultimately he's got opportunity only to appeal before the High Court by the 26th of January. In case he doesn't appeal, then there is no choice. He has to come back to India, and he will be extradited by the authorities in United Kingdom to India. Interestingly, it's not that easy. If you see, in the past that applications in the High Court are usually not admitted so easily in the United Kingdom because they have to find fault into the judgment of the trial court. That is, in this case, is the Westminster Court. So in case the High Court does not accept the application or he doesn't go forward, then he comes back to India. And obviously, this is going to have big political ramifications because Sanjay Bhandari has been a very close aide. These are serious allegations that he has been a front man for Robert Vadra. These have been the allegations in the past. So certainly, this is going to have big political ramifications if he comes to India.
Absolutely. Could you explain more about the political ramifications when it comes to the connections to the Congress?
So it all depends, who is going to be named, because, there have been allegations that he escaped out of India the moment investigations against him started. So there are cases related to official secrets, like when the searches are on Sanjay Bhandari happened. There were documents that were found that were not supposed to be with him, and those that is why Delhi police registered an Official Secrets Act case against him. There are two cases in Central Bureau of Investigation related to purchase of defense equipment, and in fact, if you remember, there was a case related to purchase of Pilatus aircraft as well, in which Sanjay Bhandari has been named as an accused. So there are two cases in the Central Bureau of Investigation, two cases in Enforcement Directorate, and one case related to black money in the income tax. And it will be very interesting to see because, the income tax authorities and the ED and the CBI have identified his assets abroad. So in case, we all know that his assets have been identified abroad, and in case it is proved that, he was basically a front for somebody, then, if he was, if he was a front for Robert Vadra, then obviously it's certainly going to have big political ramifications.
Do you think Sanjay Bhandari is going to be able to push through his appeal when he does it, if he does it, because he has the option to by 26th January? Do you think he has a strong enough appeal? Do you think that delay could actually take place?
Can you come again with the question, please?
Sure. So Sanjay Bhandari has the option only to appeal against this by January 26th. Let's say it does go through. What is the option for India then?
No, obviously then it's going to take time. We all know that extradition it's a long process. Getting somebody from United Kingdom is a difficult task. We've already seen in the case of Vijay Mallya. Nobody knows the fate of the request. Nobody knows the request. The fate of the request. Everybody is anticipating that he might have applied for asylum. So we don't know what is happening in the case of Vijay Mallya. Even in the case of Nirav Modi, we all know is that he's behind the bars, and getting him extradited to India is a long drawn process. But here, the Enforcement Directorate has certainly inched closer to getting him. He's lost battle on two grounds. First is at the Westminster Court. Second is now at the Home Secretary. If it goes through in the High Court, this is going to take time. And obviously, the Indian authorities have to fight another battle. But usually it's a difficult process because the High Court has to find some fault in the judgment.
Okay.
If you go to the judgment that we have in our possession, in fact, it is in public domain now. The judgment has been very clear, saying that the authorities in India are absolutely right in getting him extradited to India because, any money laundering crime which is supposed to be a crime in India is also supposed to be a crime in United Kingdom as well. So here, the judge was very clear. Michael Snow was very clear and the judgment came on November 7, 2022.
Absolutely. And Ashish, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt you. Do stay with us. We're being joined by Mr. Tom Vadakkan of the BJP. Mr. Vadakkan, thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. The big breaking development is that the UK government has now ordered the extradition of arms dealer Sanjay Bhandari. First, give us your reaction to this.
Well, the law has taken its own course, whether it's in Britain or in India. The fugitive will find no place to rest. And this is the writing on the wall for those who have received the benefits of this fugitive. And I think this is going to be an eye-opener in the judicial system that you cannot get away with this kind of operations, commissions that have been accepted, and the way the money laundering they've gone about it. I think now the message is clear, and this is nemesis catching up.
Now, he is a former aide of Robert Vadra as well. So how do you see this development now, especially when it comes to the Congress?
Well, this is precisely what I'm saying. This is nemesis catching up. You may hide till the cows come back, but the reality is after the cows come back, you will be booked. And those who have benefited from this kind of operations will be exposed. And justice will be done.
Do you think this bodes badly for the Congress? Do you think the Congress has anything to worry about now that this has taken place?
Well, they have a lot to worry about. The yatra is not the yatra that the former president is going about, trying to bring the country together. The reality is it's a cover-up operation for the acts, commissions, and omissions committed by the Congress government earlier.
All right, Mr. Vadakkan, thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. We're crossing